you've been teaching this series, your money series, which is your most viral series, and you pack out when it's our relationship night, singles night. But what do you think men are missing when it comes to healthy relationships? Because you're right, bro, we know how to chase that money.
Come on now.
But what I've learned is I'm tired of chasing the money when I can just get married and probably make more money easier.
Literally.
If I had a partner.
Literally. I had a mentor tell me, this is when I was early, and a lot of people don't know this, I became the senior pastor of my church at 23 years old.
23, okay.
And I was single.
Okay.
Which is like, unheard of. Like, you got to be married, you got to, So I had a mentor come to me and he said, Stephen, great men do not date a lot of women. I said, hold up, what are you talking about? He said, great men are intentional about building great lives. So they don't waste time with people that will not be a part of the life that they're building. So he said, I'm not saying not to date. He said, I'm just saying be very intentional about who you date because you can never get that time back. Oh my God. And you can be wasting time on somebody that's not wife or for some of your husband material. And that time could be spent resting, educating yourself, building your business, or whatever else it may be. So a lot of times, you're the finance guy, opportunity cost.
Yep.
A lot of times people don't really calculate. I spent 3 years dating this person. How much time did I spend on the phone talking them off a ledge, on date nights or whatever? Yeah. I could have a master's degree by now for the amount of time I invested in that person, and it ended up going nowhere. So I think it starts off with just intentionality.
I don't like your mentor.
I knew this one was gonna be drama. I was like,
I'm like, oh man, great men, because that is opposite teaching of what culture is teaching us. Okay. Culture says, go out there and date.
As many as you can.
And see what you like.
As many as you can.
But your guy is saying, which is so, that hit me hard. It's like, well, intentional men are intentional about building a great life first, and then while you're building, it's almost spiritual. That's almost spiritual. You the pastor, you more wisdom in this, but it's almost like as a single person, I'm supposed to be focused on building the kingdom. And while I'm focused on building the kingdom, I should be able to find my wife while doing my assignment from the kingdom perspective.
Somebody said this, if you're running after greatness, you're gonna look up one day, you're gonna see somebody running next to you. Oh! But if you're here, and it's a whole different world. A lot of us are trying to heal something on the inside.
Yes, sir.
So we find somebody that either heals or numbs the pain on the inside, but they're not really future husband or wife potential. Yeah. And ultimately, we just used that person for a season, and it was no blessing to them.
So what would you say to the men who are watching right now? Sisters, we coming for y'all. I know y'all watching. We talking to the men.
I got something for the ladies.
What would you say? I'm going to get in trouble when I ask this question.
But that's where we live.
I know. But because we're going to flip this question to the ladies, and ladies already know where I'm going with this question. But you the pastor, so you can give us wisdom, biblical wisdom on this one. But first, let's talk to the men. What would you say to the men who are saying, I'm not worried about a relationship or marriage right now. I'm just trying to get the bag. I'm just trying, because, and here's why, Pastor. This is why I like having him on my show, because I can ask these questions. When I'm on his stage, I can't. Here's why, because all we hear in the culture, in the community, not in church, in the culture, and some of them are in the church, is I don't want to date a broke man. Mm-hmm. So men are like, okay, they don't want to date a broke man, so let me go get my bag first. Once I get my bag first, then I'll get that woman. Life isn't about goals that fade by February. You see, life is about you, yourself, picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own story, of your own journey. You see, I want you to think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful life you deserve. Personally, I see a therapist, and there's no shame in it. Therapy helps me thrive, and it can do the same thing for you. Making therapy a goal this year in 2025 could be the small step that leads to big changes, helping you become the best version of yourself. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy both affordable and convenient. They've helped over 5 million people, and I'm one of them, worldwide. worldwide by connecting them with a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists specializing in a wide range of areas. I want you to start your journey today with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/AO today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that is betterhelp.com/AO to get 10% off your first month. Listen, we're about to get back to the show. But if this ain't right, if our mind is not right, then the money that we're going to make this year, everything that you're going to learn from watching me, it's not going to be right either. Visit my friends at BetterHelp. Let's go to therapy together.
The day I married my wife, I was not bringing in $50,000 a year as an income.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what I was making, but let's just say there was not a 5 in front of it. And just for fun, I brought all the debt to the marriage.
You make less money.
Make less money than she was a nurse.
Okay.
So she made more money than me. And I think when we got married, she might have had, and I'm not even making this up, maybe like $1,700 on her credit card. That junk got paid off in like 3 days.
I like Zai.
I came with student loans. I had a little card note I told you about. They're gonna cook me for this. Dude, I bought my wife's engagement ring on a credit card. So technically, she gets back what I say. Technically, Zai bought her own engagement ring because I paid that joint off after we got married with her money. So they might not let me show my face after that one.
Zai, we need to talk.
What? So I was broke.
Yeah.
That was 11 years ago.
Okay.
11 years later,
Right.
we own 3 different businesses.
Yep.
Investment properties.
Yeah.
High net worth.
Yeah.
And God has blessed us exponentially.
Yes.
From a woman who dated a broke guy. So one of the things, some men, their standards are too low. And when I say too low, is all you're looking for is a pretty face and a big personality. And once you get...
I'll let you get that. I'll get you that because my head was like...
Is he going to say it?
Yes, No, I'm just playing. I've matured.
And no, we have not. But so for a lot of guys, their standards are too low.
Yeah, okay.
For a lot of women, their expectations are unrealistic.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if he is 35, 40 years old,
Right.
and does not have an income that can provide for a family,
Yeah.
that is a problem.
Yeah.
But if homie's 22, 23, 26, 27, just got out of a grad school, just got out of college, just got out of trade school, starting his career, just got his coding, certificate or whatever, the Bible says, let's go biblical. The Bible says, do not despise small beginnings.
Facts.
Now, do despise small endings.
Yeah.
If this homie ain't got no potential of ever providing for a family, run for your life. Because there's a lot of bums living in mama's basement playing Xbox. So I'm not saying to just put up with anything.
Yeah.
But just because he could be unemployed. But if he just finished school or certificate or whatever it may be, and his trajectory is leading in a direction, that's going to be a massive income. And a lot of women miss out on a really good thing because they can't see where something's going.
Oh, man.